Hello. Good afternoon, people. Well, this one is number three. And a lot of people might get put off by this. Me, I give them respect. I don't agree with the eating part, but the killing part, yeah, I agree. Yeah. But did you know there was a time that the Dutch ate their prime minister? Yeah, they ate him. Well, damn. Because it was two brothers, the Wit. Family the Wit. Yeah, them was the first sets of yeah, the bastards. Yeah, that's from them people. The ones that was just already just on the bullshit. Yeah, well, at that time, yeah, we all know at earlier times people used to fight. Yeah, come around here with your foolishness. I agree. Again, I do not think they should have ate him or ate them, but it is what it is. That's you made a statement, you know.
Aren't food. But this little fact was those go-getting Dutch from chowing down on their own in 1672. Now, this raises a pretty obvious question: why? Why did the Dutch eat their prime minister? How does someone go from being in a position of immense power to becoming food for an angry mob? So, a bit of background. In the mid-17th century, the young Dutch Republic was in a difficult situation. It was surrounded by hostile powers who were pretty keen to carve it up or at least permanently subjugate it. You see, the Dutch Republic was rich.
Now, if you look up the thing, you're gonna hear who all it is they was having problems with. But I think it was the English, the Spanish, and the French.
Incredibly rich, mostly due to its near monopoly on trade
This is just a friendly version.
with Southeast Asia, which everybody else wanted. Having so many enemies meant the war was somewhat inevitable. So the title of Prime Minister didn't exist back in 1653, and the former head of the Dutch Republic was called the Stadtholder. Previously, this office had been held by the Princes of Orange and was essentially an elected monarchy. However, as of 1650, the office was left vacant after a quarrel between William II and officials from Holland. In the decades following this, the country was deeply divided between two political groups. The first group was the statists, those who favoured a loose federation and less centralised power, and the second group were
The
the
good
Orangists,
people.
who wished for the return of a monarchical system under
The
the House
bad
of
people.
Orange in a deeply centralised state. Without a stadtholder, the effective head of the country was the Grand Pensionary of Holland, the richest and most powerful of the United Provinces, and the man who held this position was Johann de Witt. De Witt was in many respects a moderate,
Bad.
whose primary interest was protecting the flow of trade, and thus he wanted to avoid war at all costs. As such, de Witt prioritised the creation of a strong navy to deter anyone from interrupting said trade. Now, this policy worked well initially. When England fought a war in 1665 to pry some Dutch trade away from it, the Dutch promptly and decisively crushed the English navy. After this, de Witt was at the height of his popularity and power, and so sought to use this to settle his dispute with the Orangists, who were led by the young William of Orange. As such, he implemented a law which meant that Holland no longer recognised the office of stadtholder, making it impossible for William to have control of the entire country should he rise to power. To put it mildly, this upset the Orangists, but there wasn't much they could do yet. Things went south in 1672 when King Louis XIV of France decided that the Dutch Republic's existence had gone on for a bit too long, and so he invaded. And things went poorly for the Dutch. Very poorly. So much so that 1672 is referred to as the ramp year, which directly translates to a year which in retrospect can safely be described as being pants. With the French army rampaging through the country, the Orangists demanded de Witt's head and made a failed attempt to assassinate him. He resigned the office of Grand Pensionary, but this wasn't enough since he could potentially return, and so the Orangists arrested de Witt's brother. When de Witt went to visit him, he was ambushed and killed by a mob, and said mob subsequently ate him and his brother. Not all of them,
Yeah,
valiantly uncouth, but
but
they did cook and eat some.
now it seems as if the Orangists, yeah, them is the good people. It seems, it appears. Oh well, at this moment in story, anyway. In any case, I know now in reality, in politics, I see more Dutch people speaking in politics actually good for the people than anywhere else. I don't see anywhere else there's really, yeah, Africa was now pushing for France to get out. There was Trinidad, and they saying about they English masters or France or whoever is over there should leave they alone. But I'm seeing more in Holland. I ain't hearing nothing from Saber at all. Yeah, I'm doing the talking for Saber. But like this was brought to my attention yesterday. Give me some respect for the Dutch. But then it's like I see in the Dutch and Americans right now, they doing more of what really matters, along with the BRICS. So NATO and all of that's bullshit because these all the paid bad bastards. BRICS is China, Russia, Brazil, somebody else. But that's a better group, you know. I ain't gonna say it's good because yeah, later the second round is gonna be some things because there's a whole bunch of war crimes. Nobody ain't following the rules of war. And everybody all about a freaking book. Look, I don't need to read no books. I don't know. No, I don't believe in man-made written one nothing. We all know what it is. It's just not all of us believe in themselves and what they believe in, what they know for themselves. But again, you see, why I keep going is because nothing that I think or believe has ever been proven wrong to me. Other people could try and say that I'm wrong or whatever until I prove myself or I see something or learn something differently. You can't tell me nothing unless you got facts, proof. That's why that's also what I work with. Facts, proof. Yeah, and my personal experience. Once you're using these things, there's no way you will fail. There's no way you will be ashamed or scared of anything or anybody. Because if you don't know about something, well, you're scared of it because you don't know. No, just look it up. Ask Google, ask YouTube. Now, once you know how to be prepared for it. You're not scared no more. Done. Anyhow, people, peace.